Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. And this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Eternum last night as the forces of All Good Up gooped the goblins and gained control of the southern shores of Cutlass Keys. Acting on a scoop, KOTT News were on the scene prior to the outcome and got reactions immediately after the victory. Bug Thug, would you care to say a few words about the fight?
John, I'd be happy to. I don't know that I'm any kind of official representative here, but I definitely would say the existing management is ready to turn over around here, and they need something I would describe as fresh.
A fresh start is what you're saying we're going to get here on El Dorado, huh?
Yeah, I think JP probably would have a few words to say.
Oh, stepping right up to the microphone next is...
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. Loud and clear. What would you like to say to the citizens of Eternum?
So first, I'd like to say, hi, I'm UP. And second, I'd like to say, this is a really emotional night. A lot of the Fresh Start guys, we've been working for a couple months to kind of come out here. All we've ever heard on Fresh Start was, you have no chance against legacy players. You guys are the worst players you've ever seen. You guys, Fresh isn't even real new world. Willie rated us the worst server to play on, and everyone told us that no matter what, if we came to a legacy server, we would get farmed. And we worked so hard for the last couple months. We're grinding. We were grinding really hard. We were reviewing the best that we could to get better. And I just want to say I'm proud of everybody coming out here. I want a really strong start. Yeah, I'm proud of everybody in my company. I want to especially thank Abe, because he's on the left over here. And that's it.
Here? Oh, hey, there he goes. Earlier in the night, KOTT News spoke with Outcast leadership about their successful hold of Reekwater.
I think we fought them pretty well on point. We were obviously vastly outnumbered, but we tried to really coordinate well as a group. We let them have some holds here and there, but generally we were pretty aggressive in rotating and wiping points at key times.
Now I know that you participated here, so you won't be able to help out later in Monarch's Bluff, but will the legendary hero arrive?
Panda Chi is actually missing. He's taken 3 or 4 million gold out of the treasury and absconded with it, and we're actually actively trying to find him. Well,
now that you've overcome this obstacle for tonight, what are your intentions for the rest of the evening here in Reekwater?
I think we're going to celebrate our victory. I think it was well earned. I can tell you the swamp is Outcast territory. It will always be Outcast home. This is where we grew up. This is where we live. This is our place. We'll defend it against any attackers.
As the fights unfolded, KOTT caught up with Outcast leadership again in Monarch's Bluff to go over their outcome there. Congratulations on your victory here on Monarch's Bluff, holding it down for the full 30 minutes. Were you care to take us through how it went down in your perspective?
Yeah, I was playing Oppo on side today. It was pretty good, but they were very strong player, strong roster. But yeah, I think we held it down. So yeah, pretty good for our part. So yeah.
I agree. Good on your part. Good on everybody on your team. Was there anybody on your team that stood out, however?
Oh yeah, Morgtown popped off. I feel like he did really well. Ryoku, point team was crazy on our part too. It was really insane.
In the nightcap, Syndicate leadership spoke with KOTT News after their successful defense in Calvary. Congratulations on your victory here in Brightwood, giving the Syndicate a little more breathing room as we continue to hold our foothold here on the island. Would you care to take us through how the fight went out there?
It was a pretty good fight. I mean, they're just transferred here from Isabella, I think. So, welcome them to Legacy. It was fun. Kind of 2-point held them outside. We gave up 1 point, and yeah, they tried pretty hard.
Was there anybody on your team that really stood out in their performance tonight?
I want to give a big shout out to Drem Manus. We love them, and I hope he continues to play with us.
Well, do you have any plans for the Hamlet now that you've been able to secure it for another few days?
We'll try to hold it as much as possible, John, and we'll keep trying to expand. We'll see where it goes. Syndicate definitely needs some love on the map.
In community news, Peyote Magic is hosting a PvP tournament at the Great Shrine of Thoth tonight in Brimstone Sands. Be sure to contact him if you are interested in solo, doubles, or 3-on-3 PvP. A small buy-in is required to participate. Returning to our ongoing coverage of the Season 1 event, last night's card was a two-liner. Leave a comment below if you're still working on your bingos. Last night's invasion forces made it through the northern rim in Weaver's Fin, disrupting crafting services slightly for the time being. Looking at the weather for today, and it appears the sun will go about its business as it does every other day, once more circling the Eternum sky. But once more after sundown, citizens should be on the lookout for opportunities to fight back corruption invasion forces in the north. Another submission for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPCO. Remember, if it isn't LARPCO, it's cardboard. Tonight, the Syndicate members of All Gooed Up assail the Marauders of Iron Reavers for control of the always contentious Restless Shore. The Syndicate members of All Gooed Up, aka Fresh Bench, make their way to the Eastern Shore to challenge their next rival on the island. But will they find the pace as rapid this time? Iron Reavers took note of the outcome last night, and though they tend to overwhelm their opponent through open world combat, they may have to step up their defense management to hold tonight. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.